Hey everybody, this is Chris DeFurio with Keys to the Shop. Welcome to another edition of Shift Break. Really excited to talk to you today about the dangers of familiarity as far as it concerns our regulars. And it's kind of a fascinating thing that happens in the coffee shop that we're going to chat a little bit about today. Now, today's Shift Break is brought to you by the amazing folks over at Ernex. Ernex has been creating cleaning products for the coffee industry for over 80 years, and they develop products for a wide range of equipment such as cold brew, steam wands, grinders, brewers, espresso machines, and they even have the world's first dedicated cleaner for roasters. Ernex works hand in hand with professionals across the globe to make sure that the products that we use in the shop to keep our equipment clean is effective and easy to use. For me, Ernex products are a staple and a must-have behind the bar. If I want to maintain a clean bar, which I absolutely do, I hope you do as well, and you want your coffee to taste amazing. So the bottom line here is that clean equipment makes the best coffee, and the best cleaning products for your coffee equipment is made by Ernex. Find out more information, get their products in your store, go visit the website, ernex.com. Doing the inventory for the shop and ordering can be a pretty time-consuming process, and it can be hit or miss sometimes at great cost to the company in terms of waste. And that's where our sponsor ODEKO comes into the picture. ODEKO uses artificial intelligence to put your POS data to work, and then it becomes your virtual purchasing agent to place orders for exactly what your cafe needs based on your sales history, local events, and more. It has a 90% accuracy rate in predicting your future sales, and it obsesses over every item to just predict, fulfill, and manage your inventory flawlessly. ODEKO has helped their partners cut waste by 50%, reduce food costs by 9%, and critically, saving owners and managers between 2 and 5 hours per week, which sounds like a dream. So, if you want to cut waste and save time, streamline your ordering and inventory systems, your shop needs to start using ODEKO. Just go to this link to find out more information and sign up. ODEKO.com/keys to the shop. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about something that I see happening in cafes. It's just a natural part of the customer and barista relationship, kind of an evolution of hospitality, if you will. And that is where we become a little bit too familiar with the customer. And I'm not talking about inappropriate things. I'm not talking about problem customers. I'm talking about the customers that you love, the ones that you see every day, the ones that you can joke with and that joke with you. These are the people that are loyal customers. And one of the things that tends to happen with loyal customers is they become so familiar that, in a sense, they become professionally invisible. In other words, we don't see them so much as guests who need a hospitality experience. We just see them as familiar faces and part of the fabric of our reality, like we would see a friend or something like that. And I think every one of us has experienced a thing where we as baristas and professionals drop the ball when it comes to attending to the needs of our regulars because they're so familiar to us. So let me say this as a caveat. A lot of times, with our very familiar customers that we love, we will give them sometimes more than we would give the regular guest. Okay, we'll get their drink ready before they even order it because we see them coming in the door. Little moves like that. Now, you know your head is in the right space when that is what you do. However, there are moments where we forget our role in the relationship is to serve them, is to show them hospitality as a representative of the company. And in their mind, in the customer's mind, they're noticing that lack of service that they once received when they were a guest and just getting to be known by us as baristas and as a staff of the business. We're not as attentive to their needs because they project a comfort in the cafe that says, I don't need help. And so we don't tend to offer any more help beyond maybe, like I said, getting the drink ready beforehand and some warm interaction at the bar. The types of things that we would do for guests that we want to impress, that we want to guarantee they have a good time, are the types of things that can tend to fall off after a while because we don't feel like we need to put on airs. And I think that's a wrong way of looking at it. It's not putting on airs. It's not putting on a fake mask. It's actually executing some service points that will guarantee a good experience for that customer. And it's worth reminding ourselves every now and again that the most familiar customers and the most comfortable customers still need a high level of attentiveness and service from us. And they can't just be part of the woodwork. We have to re-engage the part of our brain that sees them as somebody who we need to work at keeping as a customer. And we can't just brush the dust off our hands and say, well, job well done, we've got them for life. A lot of regular customers see that apathy grow, and it's not because we don't like the customer, it's just because we don't feel a need to, in our mind, a need to impress them, which gets conflated with a need to serve them. I hope this is making sense. And I've talked with customers from past coffee bars where I've worked who used to be regulars of that coffee bar and moved on to another place where they felt better served because maybe because they weren't familiar, maybe it's just a matter of time before this cycle starts again. But it's worth noting here in this shift break that we need to make sure that we're vigilant and that we're checking ourselves and making sure that every customer, from the customer who just walks into our door to the one who has been there for 5 years on a daily basis and knows everyone's birthdays, and everywhere between those two extremes, are receiving the kind of attention and service that we set out to give patrons of our shop. So I'm not sure who needed to hear this today. I'm hoping that this reignites something in you. If this feels like a truth that you're experiencing right now in your store, it's worth taking a look into how things are going, just to make sure that it's not happening in your store. The bottom line here is we are coffee professionals, and our goal is to be able to serve customers as professionals in a professional relationship to them. And as people become more familiar, we need to be aware that there's a tendency for familiarity to breed apathy in service, and we need to correct that every now and again. And I hope that this episode is something that's going to help bring that back into focus. So that's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you here again next week for another edition of Shift Break, from keys to the shop.